everyone. Great to see you all. Our chairman really gave an enthusiastic lecture. Maybe I don't need to give a lecture, but still, I wanted to give some helpful messages to you. That's why I'm here on the stage. Did you get this when you were entering the hall? What does it say here? Pro-packed-tamin. It's pro-packed-tamin. So Profactamine, pro means professional. It's made by professionals. And the second one, packed, is packed with so many things. It's filled with so many things. And tamin comes from vitamin. So professional made this full of a lot of nutrients. Vitamin. PACKED-TAMIN. There might be some people who are wondering whether I should take multivitamin or not. Do you think you need to take vitamin? Yes? Yes? You're on my side. So there are a lot of arguments over vitamin among doctors, but Harvard University made this recommendation. So Harvard University recommended to take vegetables and good proteins and good carbs and avoiding unnecessary processed foods and take dairy foods and multivitamins. This was recommended by Harvard University for health. This is one regimen recommended by the university. And when I go on the Go 100 campaign, many people ask me, some people say we shouldn't be taking vitamins, so do I need to take vitamins or not? Most of the people who say no vitamins, what do they say? What do they say? Take vegetables, have good sleep, don't get stressed out, drink a lot of water. They say these things, right? So they say, you don't need to take vitamins, just eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, don't get stressed out, have a good sleep, exercise, lose weight, then you will get healthy. Do you think they are right or wrong? They are right or wrong? It's right. What they are saying is right. But there is a problem here. What is it? So there is a patient who comes to see me. He's in the risk of diabetes. And what do I say to this patient? I tell him about good diet and exercise, drink a lot of water. When you get stressed, the blood sugar level will go up, so take good sleep. And then I tell him to come 1 month later. Do you think the person followed what I told him to do? No. So it's better just to take vitamin, to get some supplements. It's much better that way. So some articles say people who constantly took vitamins and people who didn't take vitamins at all, and they made the comparison 10 years and 20 years later, and the group who took a lot of vitamins died earlier. There is an article about this, and the group who constantly took vitamin compared to the group that didn't take vitamin, the likelihood of developing cancer and other disease was the same. Some articles say like that. Have you heard about these things? So if you carefully read those papers, there are some difficult things to compare. So in the past, we were taking some tonics. I took a lot of this before. Why? Because I was a weak boy. Now I'm 190 centimeters tall, but I was kind of weak when I was young, so my parents gave that tonic for me. So I kept taking that. So this vitamin, it has a lot of vitamin B. And do you think a weak person will take this or healthy person? It's given to weak person, right? So if you read the paper, the health status of the people who constantly took vitamins is not recorded at all. So weak people who constantly took vitamin and healthy people who never took vitamin, and the likelihood of developing cancer was the same. So do you think the vitamin worked or not? It means the vitamin worked for those weak people. So it was weak people, unhealthy people who took vitamin, and the likelihood of developing cancer was the same as healthy people. So multivitamin is a must. It's one of the health supplements that you need to be taking. And second reason why you need to take vitamin. So there are some reasons why you lack vitamin and minerals. So recent research are mostly on people from our times. So there are more and more articles that say we need to take vitamin. The soil is contaminated. We have bad diet. People smoke and drink, and people eat out a lot. Then, of course, you would lack vitamin and minerals. You and your kids, whenever you eat super spicy ramen, you will have more deficiency in vitamin and minerals. So this is from the UN report. If you look at this closely, the minerals in the soil, it shows how much it was reduced recently. The biggest drop is found where? Which country? Yeah, it's the United States. Where is the area that has highest level of minerals in soil? It's Australia. Why? The reason is simple. So if you use a lot of pesticides, then the minerals will disappear from the soil. So Australia use relatively less pesticides compared to other countries, so it has still quite high level of minerals in their soil. So there was a study for 100 years and minerals contained in apple. So iron 90% and magnesium and calcium 50%, 80%, and for the phosphorus more than 70% has dropped. What does it mean? So apple 100 years ago and apple of today, if we compare the two, if we are to have effects of the apple from 100 years ago, how many apples we need to take now? So one apple in the past, and we need to like eat 8 apples to have same level of minerals. So now the apple has got more delicious, it has gotten bigger, but the minerals are lacking. So is it only about apples? No. So we made the comparison between chicken and beef 30 years ago and now, and vitamin B and A has dropped in the past 30 years. Why was there such a drop in vitamin and minerals in beef and chicken? What do chickens and cows eat? They eat the grass from the soils. Because the grass lacks minerals, the chickens and cows that eat those grass has less vitamin, less mineral, and it's humans who are eating those chicken and beef. So compared to 30 years ago, we cannot get enough minerals and vitamin from chicken and beef. If we are to have same level of nutrients, we need to eat like 3 times more beef or chicken to have sufficient level of minerals and vitamin. Would you like to have 3 chickens or just take Profactamine? Our Profactamine is much cheaper and much better. So taking Profactamine, you can get the same level of mineral and vitamin where you could have from eating this food 20 and 30 years ago. So some articles say you don't need to take health supplements, you don't need to take vitamins, and how you should respond to this is, first, there is a group who is taking vitamin and people who didn't take vitamin at all. So their starting line is totally different. So you need to take that into consideration. And second, our soil lacks minerals and vitamin. If you are not going to eat this kind of health supplements, there's one way to do that. You know a restaurant called Biff's? So you should visit Bibbs in the morning, at lunch, and for dinner. Then you will have full nutrients, but you need to pay like 33,000 won per meal. So if you need to go like 3 times a day, then it's like 100,000 won and 3 million won for you a month, and then it's like 12 million won per month for 4 people family. So it's much better to take Profactamine of Atomy. It's much cheaper. So what are the effects of vitamins and minerals? Why should you be taking this? I'll tell you in a simple way. You know, in a small bucket, you put the fire and you shake them. And if you shake it faster, then it will burn much faster, right? And sometimes even if you don't shake it that much, the fire burns really well. How come is that? So they use some different type of oil, not just gasoline. So in our body, they need to be making energy from carbs, protein, and fat. And the catalyst to make that possible is vitamin. And the role of oil to make the fire burn even better is what minerals do in our body. So if you have have sufficient vitamin and minerals, then your body can much higher energy. But without vitamin, without mineral, it means there's no wind and no wood to make the fire get bigger. So it's really difficult for your body to make energy without vitamin and mineral. Vitamin and minerals are one of the most essential components that you need to be having in your body. Some people say they didn't see any effects from taking the health supplements. There are two reasons for this. The person is really healthy already, or the second would be they lack vitamin and minerals. So if you don't put any wind or oil to the wood, then the wood will not burn well. It will just lose the fire.
So vitamins and minerals, consumption of those is very important in our lives, and they're very important for our body to function. So Atomy Profactamine has been released. Let's look at what ingredients it has. It has vitamin D and B, and there's more than what is recommended of us. And if you look at the minerals, there's chrome and molybdenum. There's more than what is also recommended. There's a reason why professionals made it this way. The reason for this is when we look at Koreans and the deprivation of the nutritions, Koreans had a lack of vitamin D, and second, vitamin A, and third, vitamin B. D, A, B were the vitamins that Koreans lacked. But when I went to when I used to work in the hospital, it was higher than these numbers that are shown on the screen. Vitamin D, a company said that they were going to inject this through a needle, and I thought they were better at business than the people in Atomy. They said, I will give you money so that you could get your blood tested. So all the doctors that worked with me, we all got our blood tested. 20 people got their blood tested, and it showed that vitamin D were lacked by, out of 20 people, we all eat really well. We all work out, and not all of them are fat like me, and we're all pretty healthy. And guess how many people lacked vitamin D? Out of 20 people, how many do you think lacked vitamin D? 20 people. Out of 20, 20 lacked. And I was so surprised. No one was normal. No one even met the standards, and I looked at it. If you go to the hospital and check your vitamin D content, I'm pretty sure most of the people here are gonna be shown as lacking vitamin D. So Koreans, no, modern people everywhere, they lack vitamin D. They also lack vitamin A, but with A, we didn't put that much in because if you take too much vitamin A, there could be some problems. So you have to take just the right amount. D, too much people lack vitamin D. So we put a little bit more than what is recommended. And vitamin B is water-based. Once it is used in our body, it disappears. It has to be continuously consumed in our body. Vitamins don't work together. They don't collaborate. If one vitamin is lacking, they just go without it. When we lose a leg, we limp with one leg. But vitamins, they don't help. When one vitamin is lacking, the other vitamins don't help. You go your own way, is what the vitamins would say. So vitamins have to be consumed. You have to be continuously refilling them, because if not, there could be problems. So vitamin D and B, we have put in a lot more than what is recommended. So if you look at this, vitamin D and vitamin B, they make up energy and they get rid of waste and they give some energy to our body. And so we put in a high network of those. And with molybdenum and chrome, we've also included a lot. We put in a lot of minerals. In minerals, chrome and molybdenum, the reason we put these is because these type of minerals, they are easy to be lacking. And the minerals are their characteristics are that they are antioxidant. So for the modern people, we lack the oxidation because they make cancer and they could make diabetes and other diseases. So out of all the minerals, chrome and molybdenum, these are what we need these so that it could get rid of all those active oxidants. So that's why we included a lot more of them than that is recommended. In Profactamine, there's oil-based DEK vitamins. We put in a lot of those. And with the water-based ones, we've put in a lot more than what is recommended, like vitamin B. And with vitamin C, you could take the Vital C Profactamin's vitamin C is an active one, so it's really good at being absorbed. We made it so that it gets absorbed really well because they are water-based. And the minerals we need for our body, we've included all of them in our Profactamin. So in terms of the structure, I'm pretty certain that out of any vitamins in this world, ours is probably up there. I saw the news not too long ago from G blank blank that you all know of. I saw blank blank that you all know of. The ones that came from America. We looked at the rankings of these vitamins, and they were making about 60%, or they were ranked 60 or like 70. They were pretty low in this ranking system. It was because if we compare it to a car, it's not like Mercedes-Benz. It's more like cars that everyone owns. Everyone knows about this car because it's used a lot, and that's why they were exported. People think those are great because they heard a lot of it, but those are just normal cars. We can't even be compared because ours is like a limo. And the ones that came from other countries, these are just normal cars that you see every day. So ours, you could take them comfortably and without worries. And we also have sub-ingredients as well. We have calcium and magnesium and some powder from natto and some carrot extracts, aronia extracts, as well as broccoli powders, extract powders. So how do we choose our sub-ingredients? We chose it, natto and cranberry that we have on the right side. These make blood flow better. Everything that goes through our blood, it has to be flowing well, and those two help with that. So if you take Profactamin with hemoin, it's gonna be really great. It's gonna be having great synergy. And carrots as well. Carrots, broccoli, aronia, these three are antioxidant factors, so antioxidant plants. And as I've said before, this is a really important thing in our body because we have a lot of active cells, and we are very much exposed to adult diseases. So in order to lower that, we have to lower these active oxygens. We have to lose weight. We have to be stress-free. We have to sleep well, eat, exercise, and we also have to eat vegetables. Do you think this is easy or hard? It's pretty hard. You should just relax on those and just take Profactamin. So we've been really meticulous with our sub-ingredients as well. We were really selective. We were thinking about every single ingredient. And even after thinking about it for a while, we've come up with these ingredients. And if you look at this, how many countries do you think are up here? There's America, England, Lithuania, India, France, and other countries as well. And all those ingredients, they're all from different countries. If we just thought about the price, if we just thought about making it for a cheap price, we would have just gotten it from Korea because that would have been cheaper. We should have just chosen a single country and we should have asked them for all the ingredients. But Atomy, that's not what we do here. We have to consider what's the best ones, and we have to compare every sub-ingredients and ingredients, and we have meticulously chosen the ingredients, and we have formed our Atomy Profactamine with the best ingredients that we are very confident in. And so we know that results are going to be great as well. In order to choose a vitamin, people say that it should be really good at being absorbed into the body. And a lot of people think about this, but this is a misunderstanding by a lot of people. Absorption is important, but that is most important for vitamin C. Absorption is a very important thing for vitamin C. So for Atomy's Profactamine, we did use a active vitamin C so that it gets absorbed really well. But other vitamins, it's not that important that it gets absorbed well, but it should obviously be absorbed. So we noticed that there should be a lot of content of it inside the pills. So we have a high content for some that need to be high content, and for some that should be absorbed well, we went with the active ones. And even for minerals, if the ones that we put in need absorption, we've made it so that it could be absorbed better by putting in a higher content. So we've been meticulous in making this one pill. We felt like our brains were going to explode. We were thinking about if this one was going to be better or if that one's going to be better. Which one was going to be better for our Atomy family? Which one is going to be the best one? And we thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And we have come up with Atomy Profactamine, vitamin D, C. If we just chose one or two, that would have been easy. We could have just asked a single company for it, and that would have been very easy. But with our multivitamin, it's different. It's not that easy. What we are going to put it in, what kind of content and where it's going to be from and with what ratio and with how much content. We had to put it into different ratios and we've mixed a different mixture and we found the best one and that was Atomy Profactamine. This Profactamine is it fixes the problems of other pills. It has to be easier to swallow. It kind of looks fancy, no? The color even. It kind of has a beige undertone to it, and we even have writings on it. And it's also a capsule. People who've taken it, a lot of the vitamins, if you want to make it easily, it has to be made into a tablet. It should be coated, and if they're pressed well, it's easier to consume. But tablets have a certain smell to it. Some people say that they can't even take vitamins because of how it smells. So we went the extra step so that ours don't smell. We also cared about the sizing. The tablet we have, when you take the tablet, people feel like it's stuck somewhere around the throat. They have to take more water and they have to keep drinking water so that it gets dissolved. And people are concerned about how it could have harmed their bodies. So we made it easy for you to swallow by making it smaller and by making it into a capsule. And we've also written the names on it so you could easily distinguish it. So our Profactamine is easily distinguishable from other capsules and other pills. If you look at our capsule, if you compare it to other medicines and pills that you get it from hospitals, we didn't want you to get confused, so we wrote Atomy Vita on our capsules. So we made it so that you wouldn't get those two mixed up. Thank you.
So our Profactamine has high content of vitamins and minerals. It has high efficiency, effectiveness, and it's easy to consume. So it has all these three advantages. I don't want to exaggerate, but it's like the number one best vitamin in the world, on the planet. So my lecture will be out and you can make comparison to see if I'm saying something wrong, if what I'm saying here is true or not. Make comparison with others. Then you will see that our Profactamine would be number one in the world. You will be confident with that. So Atomy Profactamine, we put a lot of efforts to make this. We made a lot of trial and error and we tried many different formulas and verified everything, and then the result is Profactamine. From now on, all the Atomians here today, I don't want you to worry about whether you need to take vitamins and minerals or not. So in summary, here's the group that constantly took vitamin and that didn't. And the result was the same because where they started was different because those who took vitamin already had health problems. So we cannot make comparison like that. And second, so if you get some checkup, there are so many people who lack vitamin because the soil lacks vitamin minerals, and there are so many processed foods out there. People smoke and drink alcohols, and people eat out. So we lack minerals and vitamins. I gave you the example of the apple compared to 100 years ago. The current apple of these days, they lack minerals and vitamins. So you can enjoy Profactamine and live a healthy life and live healthy throughout your life and have a healthy business life as well. Thank you.